What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with our next theorycraft video, and this is on a subject that I get asked about a lot, especially lately. You guys have seen us bring more and more golems, and there's a good reason for that, and we'll cover it all, but doesn't necessarily mean that all of your attacks you need to do the same. How many golems should you bring for my Goho, for my Golaloon, for whatever attack I'm bringing? You know, what's the right number? And there's a lot of factors that go into determining that, and you sort of need to know. You know, it's going to take some practice, some trial and error to figure out what works best for you on certain types of bases. But you know, there's a lot of things you need to think about when you're determining what you want to bring for your attack. The first one is the base style. You know, I mean, the base is everything. You know, how is it laid out? How much benefit are you going to get from those extra golems? And really, everything that we talk about goes back to that. It's a return thing. You're investing 30 troop space in this golem. What are you getting for that? As opposed to putting that 30 troop space with extra hogs or extra balloons or another lava hound. What are you getting out of that extra golem? Because really, all they're doing is buying you time. All right, a golem buys you your kill squad more time. That's all it does. Very rarely are you going to have a golem even take out one defensive building by itself. It can happen, but more or less, it's just giving your kill squad more time to do what they do. So you've got extra time. What are they going to do with that extra time? Is that golem possibly going to get into a double giant bomb location that with one golem you would not get to? If so, definitely worth it. Is it going to get you that second air defense if you're doing a Golaloon attack? If so, definitely worth it. Now, if all that second golem's going to do is get you another archer tower, a cannon, and a mortar, that's not worth that 60 troop space. You know, you can't put it into something if the return's not there. So you've got to weigh these things out when you're looking at the base and planning your attack, and be realistic. You know, to say, okay, I'm gonna bring this extra golem, because of that I'm gonna take out half the base. Don't kid yourself. Be realistic about how much extra time it's going to give you and what you've got behind it to make it worth it. So when I say that, how deep into the base can that second golem get? You know, if the base style is one that is very segmented, are you bringing just a jump spell to get to the queen? And if so, is that it? Because if that's the case, almost immediately after your golems get into the segment that you're trying to get to with the jump spell, they're going to be landlocked. They're going to be beaten on walls. And if it's not a large compartment, really, they're not, the DPS is going to get past them, you know, because they're just targeting defensive buildings. Once those go down, they're going to start working on walls. Your queen, your kill squad, your witches and wizards are all going to keep moving on, and your golems are going to stay behind. So, look at how deep they're going to get into the base, how much tanking they're actually going to provide you, how quickly your other troops are going to get out ahead of them. That will help you determine it. You know, if you're just bringing the jump spell into that first compartment, you know, fewer is probably better. If you're opening up in a compartment and then jumping into the core, okay, now a second, maybe even a third golem makes a lot more sense, because of the fact that you're going to get deeper into the base, you're going to spring more traps, you're going to tank for more defenses, you're going to keep everything moving forward. The last thing you really need to think about when you're doing it is the hero level that you've got. Hero level's huge determining factor in how many golems to bring. If you've got level 30 heroes, almost in every scenario, it's best to bring that second golem, because the time you're buying for those level 30 heroes, they are going to do so much more damage with that extra time. Now, if you've got level 10 heroes, not buying those level 10 heroes an extra, you know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds of time to take out defenses and take out buildings might not be that big a deal, because their DPS is not there. So weigh that factor into your decision as well. Where are your hero levels at? Where are your, you know, what's the base setup like? Is it super compartmentalized? Is there some big sections once you get in there? The golems can really keep moving forward and do a lot of tanking for you. You know, what are you going to get in return for the golems is the big question. What we're going to do is look at 3 attacks, one with 1 golem, talk a little bit about why they possibly use that setup and that particular attack, one with 2 golems and one with 3. So let's get to the first one. All right, the first one we're going to look at here is an attack by Stolly with a 1 golem, and you're going to see that The way that Stolly came at this base, the goal here is to get the queen taken care of and get that air defense taken care of. That's the that's the how to get the CC troops lured out. Those were the lightning as well in the process. But what I want you to really focus on while this attack is developing is look at this base and look at Stolly's heroes. He's got 16 heroes. Not weak but not powerful. And even if Stolly had brought a second golem here to get deeper into the base, what's he going to get for it? With those heroes, with his kill squad, he's not going to get a second air defense. Look at the layout. He's got to get basically halfway through the base to get a second air defense. Not going to happen. He's not going to get another, not going to get a lot of Teslas or, he might get that CC, he might get that Expo, he might get the Town Hall and that Air Sweeper with a second golem. But that's basically it. What he's going to get for bringing that extra Lava Hound is much more valuable to protect his loons, to tank for those air defenses, and to obviously have more cleanup troops in the form of Lava Hounds. So definitely the right decision here. Don't bring 2 golems for what you can get done with 1 golem. Again, we go back to how-to videos. Simply, take out the air defense, take out the queen and the CC troops, and if you can do it all with 1 golem, that's a successful push with your kill squad. The only thing I would critique on this entire attack is him sending in the level 3 Lava Hound at the end on that lower level air defense. There's just 0 chance of that Lava Hound busting in this attack, so sort of a waste there. Should have set that in right at the start, but he's got plenty of Lava Hounds left, plenty of balloons. You see, absolutely wreck that base. Well, perfect example, if you rewind and look at it, there's nothing really to gain from that second golem as far as, something huge, an air defense. Really in a balloon attack, that's the end-all be-all, getting that second air defense. And if it's not there, it's not there. Don't force it. Bring the extra Lava Hound, and you'll be more successful. Let's look at the next one we got here. This is a 2 golem attack by Pendragon, and this one is just the exact opposite. Now he's got a little bit higher level heroes, 25, 27, and he's got a chance to get these 2 air defenses right between the, on either side of the queen. So his goal here is to get in there, get the queen, get both air defenses taken care of, and get the CC troops dead. With the, he's got several towers here he's going to get to take out as well. Those archer towers, those wizard towers, they come into play with that extra tanking there. Probably a little bit early on the king because he's going to get out and take a little bit of damage. But the golems are moving forward. He's got that jump spell that's going to let them really get deep into the base. I mean, if you look at it, if they get into that core, they can almost go to the other side of the base and tank if they last that long. But right here, a lot of damage come at them. Both those Expos, they got a cannon shooting at them. A lot of the CC troops did a lot of damage. And right here, he's only got 1 golem left, and it's already busted into golemites. The king just went down, so there's no question. Had he not brought that second golem, that queen wouldn't have taken out that second air defense right there that she just got. So well worth it. Brought that extra push he needed to get in there, get that second air defense, and now the queen's even locked onto a Expo. Oh, actually, she's going to work on a wall. Sorry. She should have locked onto an Expo, but she's working on a wall there. But still, just a beautiful attack. Starts coming in the backside with his Lava Hounds, different angles, balloons, under rage, working their way through the base. Just a perfect attack. And again, had he not brought that extra golem, I don't think there's any doubt that the second air defense would not have gone down. Those Expos would have locked onto his queen, and she would have went down very quickly. But instead he did and got the 3-star with a really, really nice go-out attack. So we'll watch the end of this. Just a few more cleanup troops. Cleanup to be done. Buildings over here on the side the balloons are getting. The pups are out in the town hall right there. Everything goes down. 3-star. Excellent attack, Pendragon. All right, the last one we're going to look at, obviously a 3 golem attack. And this is sort of the trifecta. You look at this base, Byron's got 30 heroes, so he's maxed out on heroes. He's going to get the maximum value of time. And he went even a step further and brought these 4 witches, which is sort of another form of tanking for your heroes to give them even more time. But also look at this base. All 4 air defenses right there handy. You're going to see he's got 2 jump spells. Once he busts this first layer of walls and drops those 2 jump spells, his kill squad, his golems, they've got access to basically the entire base, and they are going to take out basically the entire base. The kill squad in this attack takes out about 2/3 of the base. Then he comes in on the backside with balloons. You'll see right here, just spreading them out, letting those wizards, witches create his funnel. Right there, wall breakers right up the middle. Everything starts working their way in. Now he's going to drop the heroes, make sure they're behind, they're not taking all the damage. Instead, they're inflicting damage. Drops that rage for him, and then right here, jump spell, jump spell. Look at how much of this base is connected. I mean, there's only about 1, 2, 3 real compartments that they can't get to, and they're on the back side with no air defense. So right here, everything's going down. Both X-bows are going down. All 4 air defenses are going to go down. That last one's going to take a few moments because the kill squad sort of moves up to the top of the base. But a golem does come in and lock onto it with a few witches to help out. But right here, the balloon's already coming in because that side of the base is just devastated. No air coverage for anything up there. You see him coming on the backside as well, and that air defense, that last one, is almost dead. A few more swipes from that golem, and it will be. So just a beautiful attack, taking full advantage of all the time that those. You see the golems are still tanking. His queen's untouched. She's not been hit this entire attack. Level 30 queen going, 2 minutes untouched. She's going to do a tremendous amount of damage to that base, and she hasn't even been working on walls. So beautiful attack. That's pretty much it, guys. Hope these tips are going to help you sort of make a decision on how many golems you should bring for your next one and maybe help you get a few extra 3 stars. Until next time, Jake from One High reminding you guys to suck less.